You're fired up, Congresswoman. Why?
Why? Because our First Amendment, entire First Amendment, is at risk because of someone who thinks they're the king. Now, the Founding Fathers, how smart were they? They said, the First Amendment, freedom of speech, freedom of peaceful assembly, freedom of religion. They knew how important this was for a democracy to be able to have that thought and ideas and debate. And we're here today talking about censorship. Like Russia, China, you don't say what the dear leader, what they like. We know, we've seen President Xi, there's been people sitting next to him, and then all of a sudden, they're just not in the next day's picture, and nobody knows where they go. This is what Donald Trump is doing. He is not a king. I know he was just with King Charles, but he is not a king. He is our president. We have a First Amendment right, and how dare Brendan Carr act like he's from one of those gangster movies. We can do this the easy way, or we can do this the hard way about your license. We don't threaten private business. Our art, our entertainment, our theater, and thank God for our comedy and commentators. This is the sweet spot of democracy, all of it.
Yeah, I agree, but apparently this is who we are now, because who's gonna stop it?
I'm here, you're here, and we are going to do everything we can. And I can tell you this, I sit on the Commerce Committee, and Ted Cruz, Senator Cruz, is the chairman of the Commerce Committee, and we have oversight over the FCC. He is a big proponent, supposedly, of free speech. I send a letter to Chairman Cruz demanding that we have Brendan Carr come and talk about what he said. I've also sent letters to Nexstar and Disney asking if they were privately threatened. I want to get to the bottom of this. This is not what the government does. This is not what we're supposed to do. Of course, you're not supposed to yell fire in a crowded theater, but this is not Donald Trump's personal mafia, whatever the hell he's doing. We can do it the easy way or the hard way. Come on.
I've never seen you this way before.
Yeah, well, like I said, never mistake being nice for not being tough. And our democracy and the I want to say the beautiful mix of all the voices, all the cultures, everything that we are, this is our secret sauce, all of that. And if we don't stand up for it, then who are we? And I am not going to go down not standing up for it.
Well, I'm going to rile you up a little bit more, because there's something that I want to show you. I'm going to read to you what the president said earlier. The president said, this is on Air Force One, when you have a network and you have evening shows and all they do is hit Trump, that's all they do. If you go back, I guess they haven't had a conservative one in years or something. When you go back and take a look, all they do is hit Trump. They're licensed. They're not allowed to do that.
Their license has nothing to do with the content of their comedy or their expression. Look, you're on television, so many other shows. We have shows of every type, and we are allowed to do that. There are censorship rules, sure, and we abide by them, but he doesn't get to dictate the rules. That's not how it works. And I want to tell you, if you go back, I want to say not just 4 years ago, 8 years ago, 12 years ago, go back to, Johnny Carson. We'll go back, way back clock. Before him, Jack Carr, right? We'll go to the super way back clock. Go back to radio shows, probably. They were always making fun, politicians. I would think if you go back to some of the Greek and Roman, if you look back in history, they're like, both the bums out there were always arguing and complaining and doing all those things. This is nothing new under the sun. And can you imagine if President Biden would have called out someone on Fox News who may have said just a couple of days ago, we should kill homeless people by involuntary lethal injection. And they don't even get a peep out of the president for saying that. And so we have to allow our commentary and our comedians and our art to express and reflect who we are. We can choose to change the channel. We can choose to listen or not. We can lift up our voice. But the president doesn't get to have a say of what he likes or what he doesn't.
So you said we can choose to watch or listen if we like.
Right.
I've been reading, when I look online, there are people who are saying, I'm going to boycott Disney, I'm going to boycott ABC. Do you think that that's appropriate?
Well, I guess it's up for each person to choose for themselves, but haven't we always done that? Now, you think back in history as you've watched TV shows on every channel and listened to radio programs, whatever they are, they're not doing something that people like, or it's not entertaining anymore, maybe they don't stay on the air. People turn, it's just nothing new. People turn the channel, or they don't watch, they don't like this one or that one. Yeah. I don't think that's anything new either. What's new now is this cesspool of social media where everyone is just chasing the likes. We have the public square, and that's great, but I think it's gone too far, and the algorithms potentiate the most extreme views. And so this kind of culture that the internet promotes, that the algorithms promote, are sadly making us more and more polarized and more a victim of people just reaching out to get, instead of 1 like, I need 100 likes, 1,000 likes, 1,000,000 likes for their own validity, maybe to make money, whatever that is. And it is hurting our ability to speak freely and be the great democracy that we are.
Do you,
Oh, and by the way, Elon Musk loves free speech. Where is he today? J.D. Vance loves free speech. Where are they today? They're not saying a damn thing.
This episode of The Don Lemon Show is brought to you by BetterHelp. Do you know life has a way of throwing things at us that we just can't always figure out on our own? For the longest time, I used to lean on friends, family, even that random stranger at the coffee shop, just to talk things out. And, while those conversations can be comforting, there can be a point then when you realize, like I realized, that I needed someone trained to actually help me navigate the bigger stuff, the stress, the relationships, moments of anxiety. And so that's when therapy changed the game for me. With BetterHelp, you can get matched with someone who can help you, like a licensed therapist, online. It's discreet, it's flexible, and you can switch therapists at any time until you find the right one, the one that's the right fit. Everything is done right from your phone, your laptop, or your tablet. There's no waiting rooms, no awkward scheduling. It works with your life, okay? So BetterHelp has served over 5 million people worldwide with more than 30,000 licensed professionals specializing in everything from anxiety to grief to personal growth. So if you have been thinking about therapy, start today. Visit betterhelp.com/donlemon to get 10% off of your first month. That's betterhelp.com/donlemon, and you get 10% off of your first month. Support comes from Wild Alaskan Company. When was the last time you trusted the seafood that you brought home? I do now because of Wild Alaskan Company. It is wild caught, it's never farmed, no antibiotics, there's no GMOs, just clean, delicious fish that is right off the boat. My personal favorite is the sockeye salmon. I tell you guys that all the time. It tastes like the ocean itself, fresh, rich, incredible, good ocean, the clean ocean, perfect for the grill or a quick weeknight dinner, okay? So every order supports sustainable fishing communities. You can taste the difference in every single bite. You get $35 off your first box at wildalaskan.com/lemon. That's wildalaskan.com/lemon for $35 off of your first order. Taste the difference. Trust the source. It's interesting because the only time that I tune into traditional media is if I'm in a hotel, because you flip the TV on and it pops up, right? And so it popped up last night when I got to the hotel, and it was Fox News.
Yeah.
But it was their late night show with the comedian. Mm-hmm. And they were making all kinds of fun with Fonnie Willis and putting her in a bathing suit and a fat body, and and just really going at her.
Well,
and I said, well,
here's their saying now. I can do what I want, and you should do what I want. Again, not a democracy, but that's this administration's. This is their byline. I can do what I want, and you can do what I want. They can make all the damn fun they want. Kilmeade can say, let's lethally, involuntary kill homeless people. They can do all of this terrible jokes on people. And free speech? Sure. But it can't be a double standard.
Do you think the president has people around him saying, sir, you can't? You can't do that.
Of course he does not have people who say he can't do that. All he has around him is enablers, because in a Trump administration, your only test is loyalty. And so the minute that you are not loyal to him, he throws a tantrum and then you're gone.
You saw Kash Patel up close and personal for the Senate. Did you watch the Congress?
Yeah, yeah.
And did you, the moment for me that stood out, there were many moments, but when they asked him about Dylan Roof, and they explained to him that it was Mother Emanuel Church and a black church, and 9 people were killed and blah, 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 blah. And Kash Patel said, I'm not familiar with that. Who is Dylan Ruth? And it's like,
he is so unqualified for this job. Needless to say, who is Dylan Rosen? I mean, yeah, you're right. I'm not sure what's in there. We need to put something very strong in there, my friend. But
I like you. We need to hang out and have a beer, but go on.
All right. That's right. Margarita?
Yeah.
Margarita.
Oh my gosh, she knows my drink. Salt or no salt?
Well, salt, of course.
Oh my gosh, I love you.
Extra lime.
Oh my gosh, I love you.
Extra
but
lime.
I do salt sometimes. It depends, but I do half rim.
Oh, half rim.
Because then you can.
That's true.
Yeah.
And but chips and salsa too.
Oh my.
Little ceviche. Okay, we got it.
We got ceviche last night. Okay, go on.
Okay, we're going. Let's see.
Where were we?
Yeah,
we were talking about Dylan Roof and not knowing.
And so what Kash Patel, so unqualified to be part of the FBI. And of course, President Trump says this all the time. I'm not familiar with that. Something that happened yesterday. I don't know that I never said that. I mean, this is rampant in this administration. And Kash Patel, what he has done to the FBI, how he has gotten rid of people who have spent their career trying to do good things to protect our country. And you have agents and law enforcement there. They get assigned to work on cases. The loyalty tests, you can see from the lawsuits, lawsuits that are out there now against the firings, some of the questions that they had to answer. They need to be loyal to the Constitution, not to Donald Trump. And Kash Patel, he took this job, then he should have at least taken the moment out of respect to the American people to do a little bit of research about what the FBI does and what it means to our country, and on some of these horrific shootings and bombings and murders, all of these things. It's just a fraction of what the FBI does. But he clearly just, he just wants to please Trump and go crazy. I think he hasn't just been out, he parties all the time. I think he's out having dinner here, there, and the other, and I don't know. He doesn't belong where he is, and nobody respects him, and I think that gets under his skin.
This is the energy I like. I like that. Like, but I thank you for being. I think we need to hang out and talk.
The feisty me.
Well, I like the feisty you. That's who you are. But what I like is that people think that you're in the Senate, that people are stuffy, and you're not. You're a real person.
I'm a real person.
And
that's exactly right.
I love that.
Yeah.
So keep that energy up. I think that's what America wants.
And I had a life before I got here. I came to Congress when I was in my 50s. I had a life. I worked as a software developer, raised a family, took care of my parents and in-laws when they're sick, volunteered in my community. Like, you have a life, a robust life, and so it's important you bring all those stories and continue to bring stories here. Every day, look, you're a collector of stories, you're a journalist. You collect the stories and they become your reason for doing what you're doing. For us, they become our seeds of legislation. They become I'm not just fighting for health care for me, I'm fighting for those kids with pediatric cancer whose parents are going to get kicked off Medicaid. And Kennedy, RFK Jr., his father is probably rolling in his grave, cancels pediatric cancer research. Who the hell voted for that? Go talk to a parent whose kid is sick. Come on. And so every single good thing that we're not perfect, but so many important things that we're doing to just delete. I can't even, it makes me so mad. I can't even describe it just so casually. Like
Callous.
It doesn't matter. Callously, thank you.
Yeah.
Casually. Pediatric cancer research, who cares? Parkinson's, who cares? ALS, who cares? We don't need it. Well, God forbid none of them get sick, because just one of the many things we're fighting about, First Amendment, health care, and just to bring back maybe some kindness in all of our lives. That's what people, they meet me, I'm at Target, I shouldn't mention the name of a store, I'm shopping around grocery store, and people come up to me and they go like this, they hold their heart, are we gonna be okay? Are we gonna be okay? I'm worried. And they tell me I'm a Democrat, I'm Republican, Independent. Sometimes they don't tell me at all, but they all go like this: "Are we going to be okay?"
Yeah.
And that's what I hear every day at home, and that's why I'm glad you're here. And thank you, and glad to go out and have that margarita. And we will talk some more, my friend. How's that?
Thank you very much. You heard it.
You heard it. Margaritas.
Jacky Rosen.
Margaritas.
All right.
That's right.
Thanks everyone for watching. Your support means the world to us. So make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe to our channel to make sure that you never ever miss a video. We're live every day, 10 a.m. Eastern time. We drop even more content at 2 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Eastern. And if you want more Don Lemon Show content, we'd love for you to become a member of the Lemon community, where you will receive access to special community posts. You'll get exclusive content and members-only live shows. So head over to our channel page or click the join button on this video. Again, thank you for watching. We appreciate your love and your support, and we will see you next time.